K-pop history is written in pencil, not ink. For every group that stands on stage today, there is a shadow history, a multiverse version of the group that almost existed. The trainee system is a brutal survival game before the cameras even turn on. Hundreds enter, a handful survive. But the cruelest cut of all isn't happening in the first year, it happens in the final weeks. Today, we are opening the files on the ghost members. These are the incredibly talented trainees who were in the final lineups of legendary groups, recorded the demo tapes, and took the jacket photos, only to vanish right before the curtain rose. What happened to them, and how would K-pop history be different if they had stayed? Before the world knew Blackpink as the fierce quartet of Jennie, Jisoo, Rosé, and Lisa, YG Entertainment had a much bigger plan. The project was codenamed Pink Punk, and it originally included up to 9 potential members. The most famous phantom member of this era is now a superstar in her own right, Cho Mi-yeon of Idol. Mi-yeon was a YG trainee for 5 years. She was part of the core pre-debut lineup, rumored to be the group's visual and a key vocalist. Photos of her with the current members exist, showing a chemistry that was ready for debut. Then, suddenly, she was gone. Rumors have swirled for years. Was it a dating scandal? A clash in musical direction? We may never know the full truth. Mi-yeon eventually left YG, took a break from music, and then fatefully joined Cube Entertainment to become the voice of Idol. If Mi-yeon had stayed, Blackpink would have been a 5-member group. The entire dynamic, line distribution, and visual balance of the biggest girl group in the world would have been radically different. JYP Entertainment is famous for its rigorous training system. Seoul was considered one of JYP's top prospects. He trained alongside Miss A and was practically guaranteed a spot in what would become GOT7. In interviews, Seoul admitted he didn't give his all during evaluations, and JYP eventually let him go, stating that his color didn't fit the company. On the survival show No Mercy, Seoul spoke candidly about the heartbreak of watching his former teammates rise to the top of the charts while he was starting from zero. Seoul eventually found his home in Starship Entertainment, leading the intensely masculine and powerful concept of Monsta X, a vibe very different from GOT7's early playful image. It's a prime example of how skill isn't everything. Sometimes it's just about finding the right team. Sometimes a member doesn't just almost debut, they actually make it to the stage, only to realize they are in completely the wrong movie. This is the story of Jun So-mi. In 2015, DSP Media launched their new innocent girl group April. So-min was the leader and lead vocalist. The concept was pure, candy-sweet, and youthful. 3 months later, So-min left the group. The official reason was that she was exploring her career path. She disappeared back into the trainee dungeon. A year later, she re-emerged, not as an innocent fairy, but as the dark, charismatic female ace of the co-ed group KARD. The contrast is jarring. Seeing So-min in April now feels like seeing a tiger trying to act like a house cat. She was a ghost member of April because her true potential couldn't be contained by their concept. And finally, perhaps the wildest multiverse moment in K-pop history involves an A-list actress and Miss Universe runner-up. Honey Lee is known today for her beauty, acting chops, and elegance, but in the mid-2000s, she was a YG trainee slated to debut in a hip-hop group that eventually became 21. Yes, the fiercely charismatic, groundbreaking 21 almost included Miss Korea. She trained closely with Pak Bom and Minji. Can you imagine 21 with Honey Lee on stage? Ultimately, after winning Miss Korea, she chose the path of acting. It remains perhaps the most fascinating ghost member story, a collision of 2 completely different worlds that almost happened. When we look back at these stories, it's easy to feel sad for what was lost. But these aren't stories of failure, they are stories of timing. Mi-yeon found her voice in Idol. Seoul found his brotherhood in Monsta X. So-min found her swagger in KARD. K-pop history is fragile. One different decision, one different evaluation, and the groups we love today would not exist. The ghost members remind us that sometimes the path you're forced off of is leading you exactly where you're supposed to be. Which almost debuted story fascinates you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more K-pop history.